Hi, everyone. I wanted to go through how you map out your brand if you haven't started already. So first of all, with you, when you mind map, it's just really a brain dump of where you are and what you're doing. So I draw generally a circle in the middle, and I put all those things. When I said to you, close your eyes and picture who you are and how you want to be, all of those things go in the middle. So for me, it would be things like high integrity. Um, it would be fun, it would be passionate, um, and I would write all these things here in the middle. Expert. These are the things that I would want you to say about me if you were thinking about me. And then that list can go on. I just put it in the middle and then put a circle around it. Then you would go to your brand house. And what I do is I start here and I say, okay, with my personal presence, and what you may want to do also with this is just give it a different color. So with my personal presence, I then say, okay, with personal presence, that if I really want to live high integrity, fun, passionate, expert, reliable, and I go through my brand house and I'm looking at my impressions, my demeanor, poise, confidence, appearance. So one of the things is that confidence, is obviously important to me and what I do. So I look at confidence and then I say, well, how do you know that I'm confident? How do you know that I'm confident? So I would define it into behavior. So I would say that confidence is a strong posture, that it is eye contact, that it is appropriate and solid eye contact, that it is a firm handshake, that it is that when I speak, I take a breath and I make sure that the tone of my voice is even not loud, but louder than in a meeting, loud to my own ears, my tone, so that I have a confidence tone. Those are behaviors that support that. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to show you my professional competence. And again, I might switch to a different color and I say my professional competence. And then I break that out and I say, all right, so one of the things with professional competence when it comes to that is that I do want to be and am and want to be considered the expert in what I do. So what does that mean? I can't just walk around saying I'm the expert. So I break it down into that I read 2 business books a month, and then I discuss them with my group. I send you guys all those articles. So I read at least 2 to 5 articles a week, and I share with my clients, and I share with our team. And they do the same with me. So if they send me an article, then that would be part of my articles. I make sure that I watch 1 to 2 TED Talks a week on just the most you want on neuroscience and what's happening around us. So I just want you to see that every single thing that I'm mapping out here, that it is supported, 100% supported by what my behaviors are. When I go to my emotional and social competence, I would say that one of the things is nurture relationships. And, so one of the things that I put there is that I will send a birthday wish. I will have lunch with clients, and I figure out how often I can do that, just like you with a busy schedule. So I have to figure out when I'm going to do that. And so again, I break it out. There are a couple of things that I do want you to add here that we haven't added, and I'm going to put them in red so that you know to add them. The one is differentiators. What differentiates you? And a differentiation can be your follow-up. It could be it could be the way you follow up. It could be the way that you deal with it. It could deal with situations. It could be your attitude. It could be your growth mindset. It could be that that anything you send out has a certain quality to it when it comes, like an email, even to your team, that it has something to it. So think about things that differentiate you. And last of all, I want you to think about what are your roadblocks. what are the things that are stopping you in creating this amazing brand? So you have to look at that and say, okay, these are things that might stop me. Time may stop me, that I get impatient with people who don't do what they say they're going to do. That's an internal roadblock. Now, you may have some external roadblocks. You have to figure out, are they true roadblocks? Can you do something about it? If you can't do anything about it, then you have to think about, well, what can you do internally for yourself? Hopefully this gives you an idea of how I go about mapping out a brand. Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to have, at the end of it, very specific, detailed behavior items, actionable items that you are going to be able to follow through on. Now, remember, a lot of what you're doing is not starting a million things. It is really, what do I need to stop doing that might be hurting my brand? So please think about this. See the attached map that I sent. It is missing. The one thing it is missing is roadblocks. I do want you to add your own roadblocks to your map. Thanks, and let me know if you have any questions.